So what's good, YouTube? I'm here to inform you that this is going to be a very, very emotional, a very, very, very heartfelt story, a very, very, very. Now, I'm gonna tell you why this is fictional. This isn't this right there. This is a fictional story based off a real life element that I've experienced, and this is based off a war I've dealt with a gang over the past years. The way that I dealt with this gang was so fucking clever, so fucking, it wasn't cocky, but it came off as a cocky demeanor. So how I dealt with the gang is known for strategy at elementary school level. So what I would do is I would talk shit to them in order to distract them from certain elements of things I was trying to do, like future plans. I'll let them know, because I'll let them guess, like, there has to be something more than him and just cartoons. The reason why he keeps on doing all our shit, because they have the mentality we're gonna keep on being consistent, even though he's already dominant, in order to be reverse psychology, or for him to lower his guard. Instead, in order for him to be stressed to lower his guard, or in order for us to take it easy, like we're waiting for him to get comfortable to lower his guard. Really, it's crazy as fuck, but like, really, you don't understand. Like, this is outrageous. Like, they tried one time, literally, they tried taking over a corporate office of a fucking local A&W, or talking about they tried taking over a corporate office and shit. So they left the fucking door open, like literally where a crack, and they expect me to go in. And I'm like, hold up, I'm not an employee. So like literally, what I do is like literally, I put the door open, like literally, this is a Samurai Jack shit that I do in fucking real life. Literally, I put the door and I specifically make sure that it opens and that it stays open for 10 seconds. I go in and out, and then literally fucking I go right back out, and like literally you see who's working. So nobody at the register, so I went back out. So I make sure the door's open for 10 seconds, so I went in and out of the fucking door. And they're like, how? And they're forgetting how they think isn't really concrete, because they trapped me in a fucking fast food restaurant, and I really use my cell phone anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? You got to understand that, like literally, you gotta understand. But that's how they think. They think really, really concrete and shit like that. Like, it's crazy. This is dedicated to the struggles I went with them. How I dealt with them really gave me an edge on how they think, because how they think is about reputation and shit. So I was roasted in order for them to literally be down by the roast. So they weren't really think of anything clever, but they're thinking of like a lot of shit very mostly, because I made them think that, well, you have to think like really critical when you deal with me, and you can't be emotional. But literally, I'm gonna make you emotional anyway, because I need you to really not be level-headed. I need you not to try everything to make my operation, like, when me getting videos done smoother. And like, this is them. I had to, like, I put them at bay, there's a whole lot of shit. I'll go into detail about the strategies I actually use, but like, this is the concept for this video. Even though all that happened, imagine you establishing that, but then still trying every single day for years, like really for like at least a year and a half. Imagine you establishing that dominance, but them trying the same thing each and every day. But the more they try, the more you establish that you're dominant. They tried shit like literally, and they got down to a point where literally fucking the biggest fucking point where literally I proved to them that literally I was stronger than them with the Armando shit. I proven it ultimately with the Armando shit, but I still had to deal with them in the future. Like literally, it went from that, and then they started laying fucking songs in my iPod and shit. Like specifically, it's like, okay, well, literally, I'm gonna make you literally calm down a little bit. This that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make little shit seem big. Like, I'm gonna make you download a couple of songs and act like it's a hassle, because it is a hassle if you know a thing about flow. Bitches work off flow, and the main reason why you can't really be lame with bitches, because you have to have her interest and maintain her interest, and that's what flow is. Okay, so like literally, when you do things that are off flow, that's why they do certain shit like literally to put you off balance. And it really terrified me, this quarantine. It didn't make me scared, but I'm like, why would they keep trying? I'm like, they drop out of school at elementary age, and they want to do something that's above the elementary concept. What they're doing is really good in the head, but they actually have to be the Godfather to do it. They're thinking like the Godfather, but they're not actually the Godfather. They didn't put in the work like the Godfather, but they're trying to pull up a Godfather operation, which was their biggest fucking problem. And like literally, it was crazy. But this is literally, their strategy scared me, but their lack of knowledge of the situation scared me kind of more. Literally, what I was scared about was the concept of it, because if I was in high school and I established so much knowing that I'm insecure, and they flipped it on me, I would feel really, really, really insecure, and I would try to prove to a point where I'll be in balance, that was their plan. Their whole plan was to make me literally get macho to a point where literally I would prove myself, but I don't think like that, because I don't think like literally about hip-hop and propaganda. I know it's better to be a nice person. I'm not about ego and shit. I know it's better to make a right decision than to go with your ego already by default, because not only did that literally separate me from other people that try to be gangster and shit, that's the reason why I started fucking at early ages, so that because I learned you like woman nature at an earlier age. And that is really, really crazy because like really, what was insane about that concept is they kept on really trying over and over, like, why would you do that? It's a scary ass concept. Like, how did they know I'm gonna break eventually because they know I'm human? And that's their problem. They know how humans think at entry level, but they'll never be able to be intricate because they're not willing to like read the book front, back, and like in between and back. Like really, they're dealing with somebody who's read the front, back, in between and back twice basically. You get what I'm saying? But because I didn't read it 10 times and because I didn't continue to do classes and because I didn't get my master's degree on paper, they take advantage of that and say that's a cash trying too. I'm like, nope, you still have a decimal percentage compared to me. You're 0.02% and I'm 98%, and you're trying to make sure that you really bring me down completely from that. I'm like, nope, no. And they don't understand the concept of that. They think that's just a number. Like, oh, that's just a number. That's how they think. They simplify that and then they forget about all the contexts that come with that. Like, that number means something. That number means experience. Whether you really, I learned after playing video games, whether you literally have a loss record, where you have a win record based on spamming or literally based on experience. Like, really, it's either based on experience or spamming. But you have some term of advanced skill. You get what I'm saying? Like, so like, you can't make a general assumption that you can try again or a different context where you already established that he's at a higher power level. But what if we actually like really did have like really a member of those games actually do something that effective? What? Because their problem was, I'm like, dude, this would scare me in high school. Like, if they kept on doing this after knowing that I'm insecure, but it was at a time where I was a grown ass man, where I already know to go to the next step, to really know the situation is temporary, so like don't focus on the next step. So I was already a grown ass man. But if I was in high school, this strategy would scare me and stuff like, cause I'm an anime fan, so I'm like, this is scarier than fucking anime strategy. But that's also why it's a children's show. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen somebody try something at this advanced recognizing, hey, even though he's at the advantage, he's the guy doing all the work. So we're gonna wait for him to tire out and stuff like that. But little do you know, that's why I play sports. That's why they drop out and never actually get to play sports. And I learn how to be a varsity member. I'm more agile than them. I'm quicker on their feet. So even though you try to trap me in a situation, like literally, I can figure out my way out. And I can figure it out way faster than yours because my body is more conditioned. Like literally, my mind is more clear because literally, I drink more water and literally you smoke cream and like literally you drink alcohol and shit. You get what I'm saying? Like literally, fucking nothing. You're not like literally. Do you know what a base is? My base is way more responsible and way more concrete than you where it comes to the terms of thinking. You know this thing called a sport? My base is stronger than yours where it comes to that sport. You get what I'm saying? Like, really, you're trying to, like, really pour strategy. Like, really, I'm going to distract him and, like, aim for his legs, and my legs are solid still. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's not working, because you know how things work, but you don't know how it plays out. Like, you know a sword can cut something, but you don't know what a sword actually is. So, like, okay, I know a sword can, like, fuck with you. It's not that. So I'm going to use a sword to fuck with you when you're buying that fight. You're forgetting that a sword is also heavy. So you get what I'm saying? So if somebody's trained to know how to fight, you try to hit him with a fucking sword, and the blind man actually ducks and shit like that, and then he hits you with a fire point in your stomach. He's like, you thought you get me that simple technique? You get what I'm saying? Like, really, it's crazy as fuck. Really, for the only reason I called on you, I was able to show you, like, really, what is a more of an ego-league strategy, because that's what you were trying to do. Because really, so really, it's crazy. Like, you understand, like, really, you know a sword can cut things, but you don't know you have to be physically strong in the real one. You get what I'm saying? Like, really, that's the misconception that a kid has versus a grown man. And a grown man understands that it's heavy automatically just by the way it looks. Like, I can tell this shit is made out of pure metal, but where you're fucking, you get what I'm saying? Even if he doesn't know where a fucking sword is, that's the advantage a grown man has over a little kid. You understand? Literally, just that comes from mastering and shit. Like, really, you don't understand. That's the advantage that he has. And these gang members don't understand the concept because, really, you act like if I was in high school that I would be scared. Well, I would be scared because I would use my advantage 100%, especially if I'm immature. Because if I have the skill, like, to really fuck around at 2%, and what happens if I'm insecure and I go 100%? You get what I'm saying? And they don't think like that. They just think in general, like, really, you would think it would have affected me in high school, but not if it was the same situation. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It would. If you had the dominating side, then yeah, that would be fucking scary. Like, really, if you showed that you were stronger than me and I escaped every fucking time, that would be a different fucking story. But I'm not a cowardly person and shit like that. You have to understand, like, really, what happened is over time they realized that the more that they tried, the more I caught on their strategies, the more I knew them as people, to a point where subconscious helped me in the Armando fight. Literally, he came prepared to dodge the bullet, even though we hit him with a car, and that's why he moved to the side after he hit Armando, and then he moved to the side trying to get those two other niggas. He did the same thing that we did every day with our bullets, because that's what you call the subconscious. They trained me to a point where I do each and every one of the moves, and since you guys all think the same, I'm gonna hit you the same way. You get what I'm saying? And that was the moral of the story. You get what I'm saying? And this movie is dedicated to the Platinum Boys. The Platinum Boys never thought like the generation of the gang I fought. They're part of the same gang, but they're a different branch. They're actually were a part of the root, the first generation of them. So they were actually my neighbors, and they protected me. It's like, hey yo, Lil Moody and stuff like that. You don't understand how much we love this. So Alberto is getting his own video, and Alberto is the one who created the Platinum Boys. You know the guy I talk about in the videos. So I want to let you know Alberto was the king of platinum and stuff like that. My mom was always like, hey Eris, you forgot about Alberto and stuff like that. Literally, down the scene, he's like, I gotta pick you up from Cabrillo, because Cabrillo was the block, and that's when, and then literally Chris was all like, hey Alberto, you see that episode of Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, that nigga so almost blasted about the solar system and this and that. I be trying to watch that shit, but I got these fucking gang workouts and shit. Like, it's crazy as fuck. Alberto had a really organic fucking journey in Dragon Ball Z. Like, literally fucking, it was very emotional, because literally it was before it first came out. But then also, that's when Eminem and everything was popping too. That's when media in general. So they were adapting to fucking hip hop and shit. They were listening to fucking Mos Def, fucking Kanye West, back with fucking late registration, not graduation, not the 3D shit, but literally when everything was concrete, back when Nas was freaking Nas and Jay-Z, Alberto was on that. So he knows what bars are. He's like, Moody, did you know that you subconsciously write bars? I'm like, what do you mean, Alberto? He's like, you think that like the airwell tries to fuck with you and shit, right? Saying that your bars are complex, right? What if I told you that Eminem is complex by default, because he trains his mind to do this and that? It's like, that's what you call subconscious and shit. And that's when you're gonna excel in school. That used to be Alberto and shit like that. Like, Alberto was the man. They were the type of gangsters to see me and like literally protect me, and the new generation of gangsters are the type of people who see me and try to take advantage of me. You get what I'm saying? They have honor in their gangsters. They still did wrong, and Red came to their neighbors and say, hey, what's up, Red? And just like this is not really fucking doing shit on the low. These are the same people that literally horrify the girls at the same fucking school. But when I said what's up to them, like, literally, they were the perfect incognito with this and that, and they were always supporting. It's like, hey yo, tell your little bro, I said what's up. It's like, hey bro, you want to stop this new Platinum Boy CD? I'm like, dude, Chris, they saw this with the guys on radio. I'm like, bruh, I'm surprised to tell you that's what real rap is. Crazy as fuck. Doing the shit that I'm doing now, all right back then, like literally before they even graduated high school, they were really going hard and shit like that, like literally. But then they had to get what we all shared was Dragon Ball Z. So that's what made it a great dynamic, and what made it such an epic show is like literally they were working out just like us, like literally when Fidel was getting our ass kicked, it's like, damn, that's how we be doing the girls and shit like that. They were actually like, since you work out, like damn, we're working out, we're getting buff just like them and shit like that. The Platinum Boys really grew up with this. They fucked with the concept of the intensity of Dragon Ball Z. They didn't have the attention span. You see, the problem with fucking like anime people are like, Naruto has a better story than Dragon Ball Z, and the Platinum Boys is like, it has a better story, huh? They're like, why they waste all this time? You say, oh, this was cool, but you know they could have done this and that. If you know what Dragon Ball Z was doing, yeah, the Platinum Boys doing that. They were doing some really serious shit, but when I saw them around, like literally my brother would fuck with me. Literally this like there was this one guy after school, so literally like he picked me up from school. He's like, Eris, you can't stay in the house by yourself. Yeah, I go play basketball at Cabrillo. So I ended up playing basketball with Chris. So literally he brought this guy literally with one arm in his shirt and the other arm hanging out. He's like, hey yo, Eris, man, literally, this guy, this is my friend. Me and him just got into a clean ass fight and shit. Yeah, his arm came off, man. No, but me and him had a good ass fight. You feel like that? My brother gets up. It's so his turn to be like, yeah, man, me and Moody were going at it and shit like that. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta do what Moody did with this situation when they test you, man. No, but you don't understand. When they heard that I got hit by a car this year, our brother was 100% devastated when it happened. He's like, they trying to hit Eris for a car? Eris has been chucking at Eris' Cabrillo. Like, wait, are you saying Lil Eris? It can't be Moody, right? Because Moody won't put himself in that situation. Lil Eris? Oh man, he's fucking up, man. Yeah, I mean, talking about, yeah, that nigga Eris running shit, but literally, that shit was forced. Literally, shit that the other was like, yeah, I heard that nigga was fucking literally fucking groping girls like college. And you hear them fucking doing what the Platinum Boys doing at fucking conventions and shit when they dressed up as fucking Bomber and shit. Like, literally, I'm like, bruh, I'm trying to tell Moody it's forced. Like, they're praising like fucking little, they're praising Lil Eris like he's had little girl and shit. Nigga, he can't face one Platinum Boy. No, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Yeah, man, I heard it was crazy. I heard Lily don't but little. One man, like, I knew little Eris was gonna win, but damn, man, Lily, fucking this and that, Lily, this and that. It's like, I know, man, I do, like, Eris running shit, but this and that, but you gotta think about, like, this Eris is a girl ass man with kids and shit. I was fucking the way he got those kids and shit, and that's not how brother was talking, like, Lily, because he was thinking about my fucking baby mama, the one to come in the one with the fast. He's like, Lily, yeah, his baby mama got $1,000 shit, but I can already tell she is swear and shit like that, like, they were on that shit. Lily says that, like, I can already tell Moody was gonna win shit, but come on, man, he put himself in that situation. I can't believe Moody let his little friend get that strong trip forward. That shit happened. Oh, yeah, like Eris running shit, but that shit is forced. You got to but I know, right? That little nigga's a fucking boss store and shit like that. Little, oh, look at this and that, Lily, this and that. Like Lily, it's like, yeah, I kind of fuck her up, but man, I wouldn't be able to stand one man with her. Lily, I would try to fuck her and shit, but damn, man, like after fucking 3, 4, 5 minutes, top to it, man, it's time for me to leave out the country before I get in trouble. I'm going to be like, ding, ding, ding. He's like, right answer, hit the button. He's like, I don't want to hit the bro. I'm blood. Oh, bro, like, I was just making a joke. No, hit the button. Don't be a pussy. Hit the button. Nah, but all realness, my brother was an actual fucking. I'll go into this video later on, like Lily and fucking the standoff he made to my brother and shit. And before he left the area, because he got in trouble and fucking left the area. But damn, where you heard that shit, he's like, wait, what the fuck is this little nigga on? But later on, like Lily, this video is like Lily, just to tell you, like Lily, just to inform you, like Lily, what Lily happened to like Lily, their foundation and like Lily. So Lily, it was like this. It's like because I imagine this one guy like from the Platinum Boys, like Lily, just that. So Lily, I have no idea if this one guy from the Platinum Boys is a part of another branch that used to live right next to me. Because the gang used to have a branch that used to live right next to me. So like Lily, fucking and that branch is Lily. And that branch has fucked with the Platinum Boys now. So like you don't understand, like Lily, what happened is, I don't know if this guy's brother is in Platinum Boys, but I knew this one Platinum Boy who was a singer of the Platinum Boys, and this guy kinda sounded like him, and like literally he had an upbeat nature like him, but he pretends to be chill, you know, just not to keep his incognito, which is like, but he had a really upbeat nature. He was a singer and a rapper for the Platinum Boys, and he was the one who got the most cover. He was the one who fucking around the girls, and literally he would hit up our brother, he's like, hey, this bitch is fucking up and this and that. He's like, hey, where they at? He's like, oh yeah, we're getting found in Cavill. And literally he would make a joke before he would start being the ass, like, oh, hold up, man. Literally, I heard that there was sauces before, like this and that. We gotta get this chair. Like, hold on. Let me get this butcher real quick. Oh no, but he was Tyrone, but they were hella funny. They were all fucking, they all had a goofy characteristic and shit like that. Like this nigga was the singer and he was the fucking, so he was the pretty boy, but he was talking hella fucking shit. Like he literally, he was a little fucking pretty boy talking hella shit. Like how you feel on the ground and shit, kicking his legs and shit, literally doing hella funny shit. Like he's unnecessarily funny where Alberto is trying to be serious. And Alberto literally shows us every time, like nigga, I can be that funny, but you don't have to act out and shit. It's hella. But in our actuality, he is strong, and that pretty boy is actually one of the strongest ones. He was one of the defining characteristics of the Platinum Boys, and that's the reason why this shit was so fire. I'm glad that you don't leave. That guy is really, I imagine him doing this shit. So this is based off the history of Trunks, and Alberto's specialty is when Dragon Ball Z was first in the L, like the Cell Juniors and shit. That's how Alberto, and that's how they all think. Like they think about anime as prime. That's why they fuck with Justice League Unlimited and shit. They don't watch this shit like that, but if I watch it and shit like that, like he's doing something different, like this and that. So he's adding hella fucking like maturity and substance to the point where it's not a cartoon anymore. You get what I'm saying? At least because that's how the Platinum Boys roll. Like what you see is what you get. Like Joker's lapses came with me, bro. I don't see what the fuck's wrong with you. You want your fake pay and shit like that? That's how the Platinum Boys fucking roll. So okay, so like literally, so let's get to the nitty gritty. So they all grew up like really watching Dragon Ball Z with me. So this is based off the Amber saga, and I imagine this one dude. I imagine the single dude being the bad guy in this fucking movie. Like hey, like literally. So what happened is like literally, it's like hey, you try to test me, fat so like literally this that really crazy as fuck. So this guy is a part of it. That one dude is a part of the bad team. So here's the story. It's about basically what would happen if really I had a neighbor. I think his name was Anthony. So the guy's name in this movie is Anthony. Like really. So Anthony has a younger brother, like kind of named Jeremy. We'll call him Jeremy for now. So like Jeremy, like Lily is the younger brother, and like Anthony is Lily, y'all upcoming, like you know, varsity member. He's like he's good at martial arts. Like he did everything he could to like be a good person. So he's fighting the Mexican gang every day, just like I was. So I fought the gang every day, and I won by a landslide. But I have the image like Lily. If I ran out of stamina, like if I lost motivation, like Lily, they have the right to snipe me at any moment. You get what I'm saying, like Lily? You get what I'm saying, like literally, so I have to be on my toes, like literally, even though I'm in a tremendous lead, I still can't underestimate them. You get what I'm saying, like literally, because they're very crafty, because like literally, they play off the elementary school, but they expand to make it the biggest of the elementary school, like literally, every nook and cranny of the elementary school, and they hurt us all what society revolves around. That is a good way to sell yourself a dream until you get experience. You get what I'm saying, like literally. I'm trying to let you know, so like, what if they were an actual threat? What if they came up with a strategy that actually worked, because that was the main problem? What if they actually succeeded at what they failed with this quarantine? And what if they had a Platinum Boys strategy, but they know what they're wrong? You see, what made the Platinum Boys different from the other brands of Norte was really, what happened was this: the Platinum Boys had honor when they fought. Like literally, they won the bench 300 shit. So they bench like literally 220 at least, like literally doing 300 push-ups, making sure that like the muscles were made of different shit. Literally making sure that they practice the tracks constantly, like literally stealing fucking beat programs and shit. Literally going to their fucking pool table, always working on their style, going to the mall on consistent basis, always training like a Spartan. That's the way to Platinum. So they would never like do some shit like that to a point where they would like give up their pride in order to get a victory. Which is the exact opposite. What if the Platinum Boys played like how the gang is watered down today? The gang that I fought is the same branch of Norteño, but the Platinum Boys is way stronger. So there's VNF, there's Norteño, and the Platinum Boys were the older generation. They're 2 generations older than VNF. So Lee, what if the Platinum Boys pulled a VNF operation and punched down and then listen? So what if this one guy like Lee, so Anthony is based off Future Gohan. And what he is he's fighting the gang every day, going to school, being able to like be out with them in every way, shape, and form. And Jeremy is watching like really his older brother kick ass each and every day. But like really, what if Future Gohan was dominant in each and every one of the Android fights? But it wasn't the fact that he wasn't strong enough, it's the fact that they kept on running away. What this is that the gang ran away so many times before, and they finally found a concrete way to beat him. But in the process, he was still a great person, but he left us for a very bad emotional imprint. So what that single dude is gonna do, he's gonna be like, hey, come here, bro. Like literally just like, hey, what, they're gonna have a concrete, he's gonna be one to initiate the concrete strategy. You get what I'm saying? What happens is Jeremy has a very bad emotional moment because he's good. Anthony is doing good, dodging all the bullets, doing the same thing I'm doing in real life. What he's doing is literally, he's chasing them at a time where he should have. He made a natural mistake that literally the bad lesson is bad things happen to good people. So what happens is this, so Anthony literally puts up a fight all those fucking times. What if Future Gohan got snaked in the fight instead of like literally coming to the undeniable like conclusion that he's the one who's weaker? What if Gohan was obviously stronger, but they kept on running and they finally found one concrete strategy? So this is what it does. So here's what happens. So literally, say his name is Larry. So like literally, so what Larry does is like they have to like monitor his movements and shit. They have to see what his disadvantage was. His advantage was movement, but his disadvantage, you get what I'm saying, like literally, it's like, you know, trust. He doesn't trust, he never trusts anything, so he's always cautious. So what they did was they put him in a place where he can trust the entire situation because he has a plan involved. What they happened is the gang stalked each other through both droids. And so like literally, what Larry's plan was to literally lure him somewhere, like literally, but not having to know that we're the ones who lured him in. So what he had to do, so what happened is like literally, so Anthony got the location of his gang's location, so he entered his territory where he should have entered the territory because he was trying to plan a sneak attack. But Larry was actually looking at the droid at the same time, so he knew what Anthony's plan was. So Anthony, nothing was wrong with Anthony's plan at all, but he fell for a natural disaster. So Larry was all like, hey, come here and this and that. And literally, so like fucking Larry's pulling some extremely street smart shit, and he thinks literally, so Larry like challenges like, hey, come here, bro, literally this and that. He's like literally, he takes a step forward, and so he ends up falling for a mouth crack, and like Larry breaks Anthony's ankle. So Anthony can't move anymore, so he can't dodge bullets anymore. And then they shoot Anthony in the other leg, and then pursue him with batches up, and just imagine, and Jeremy comes home like, Mom, why isn't Anthony home? He's like, but he's like, he just got killed by the Mexican gang. He's like, but Mom, like Anthony was in such a lead, but how can he? He's like, I don't think you know how gang members work, honey. They don't really give up. They understand that literally we're all human to a certain extent, and like literally, and they excel at the age where Anthony is at. So like even though Anthony put in the most work, their work very cynical. They pretend to be cowards, and then they hit you when you're really vulnerable. They're very crafty. Like our emotional speech for his mom based off the Future Trunks filler. Literally freaking. So Jeremy, so what happened is Jeremy's dad figures out who the gangsters were, so like he goes and kills each and every one of them, but still Jeremy had to grow up with no brother. So that is the story of, this is a fictional story of the Platinum Boys. This is Moodtrix, and I'm out.